Hello, welcome back. This is plastic canvas ideas. So, toilet paper. We all have it in our bathroom, and you may be tired of looking at it. So I have two ideas that I want to share with you. Now, I haven't made them, I haven't created them, and I don't have a design for them because you're going to do that. I'm going to show you some ideas, and then I want it to see what you think of. So here's how it's going to work. So you have your toilet paper, whatever size. I got these at Joann's, and they're individual pieces. So I got a bunch of them, but we're gonna need two because the top of the toilet paper and the bottom. And the cool thing is it's pretty much already pre-measured. So I don't have to worry about the space around the toilet paper to give it extra room. So this works out perfect. So now you have a top and a bottom, and now you just need a middle. So you could do a couple things with this idea. You can make it look like a cake. So you could decorate the top like a cake and then do the sides and make it look like slices and layers. And then the bottom, you can just not do anything with it at all. And I probably wouldn't do anything with the bottom, and here's why. Because when it sits on the counter or on the back of the toilet, you're going to have to dust it. So it's going to, which, it's always going to have to be dusted regardless. But, with the yarn and stuff, you just put a little drop of soap, just a tiny little bit of soap in your hand, rub your hands together, and then you wash the material, rinse it, set it outside on a hot day, and let it dry. And it won't hurt it. And you always put your Scotch Guard on there, so that does help too. So you can do anything with this little design. Or you could even be cool and put a little handle on it and make it look like a little hot chocolate. So you could have a really cool hot chocolate sitting on the back of the toilet, and you could do one that's like maybe, I don't know, anything, whatever, flowers. You could even, I got some more, these little small ones from Joann's. So you could even take this design and put it a little bit higher so that, let me get these out of the way so you can kind of see. So now you've got this, and you could put this here and make a little lid to put up here. So you could put a little design in it or a different color. And for this, all you would do is you would cut the height you want, and then you just wrap it around the circle, and then you cut it, and then you would just attach it to this part. And then you'd have a cute little handle that you could pick it up. So you can make one and you can even do one where maybe part of it is solid and the top is not, or the lid part's not, so that you can maybe put cotton balls, Q-tips, maybe you have makeup that's always all over the counter. You could lift it up, throw it in there, and then it's decorated. So, and you can have little canisters so that you have some skinnier canisters, maybe this side, and you may even make some canisters that are clear on the side, and then just decorate just the top. And you could do it this length. Then you could put your makeup brushes in there, you can put your makeup in there, and then it's sitting on the counter by your toilet paper. Let me bring it in some. There we go. Ta-da. And then, so now you've got some little canisters sitting right beside your toilet paper or all around it. So you could even do like this, could be like the main base, and then you could have some that are sitting around it, so it kind of makes it like a little flower. You could do these different colors. There's tons of ideas. Or it could be a pizza, and then these could be small like pepperonis, or this could be like a watermelon, and these could be like little fruits. So you can find on Pinterest or even on Instagram, Google it, fruit plastic canvas or veggie plastic canvas with using round. And then that's when you will find some cool ideas. So you could even make it food if you want. So let me pull my little stickers off of here. Ta-da, ta-da. So you've got that. And then, like I said, you've got small ones. They have the small ones. And I just happened to get lucky and got them at Joann's. Let's see. If I can fold it down. Let's see. So everything that I had got that day, I paid $6.74. And I even saved a penny because I joined their little program. So it's not this. They're not that expensive. That was a water. These were $1. No. 2 plastic, 6 round and 3 rounds. The little ones are 3 rounds. So 7, yeah, 3 rounds. So these, the little small ones were, where's there? All right, so the 3, okay, sorry guys, you know, I got these little diabetes eyes, so I'm trying to concentrate here. 10 pack. So these were $1.29 for a pack of these, a 10 pack of these. And then these individual by themselves were 99 cents. So to me, that's a good deal because it's hard to find around. So these for 99 cents. You may find them cheaper online. If you do, comment below and let me know where you found these cheaper than 99 cents. And then, of course, your regular standard size sheet. So here, this is what I want to show you too. All right. So here's another toilet paper idea. Put the toilet paper here, round it. Okay. So now you notice that this kind is not long enough for the toilet paper. So you can do one of two things. You can make it match up and then cut off the excess, or you can buy the longer sheets so that it will fit. I don't have any longer sheets. I've already used them all. I've run out. So that stinks. I really hate that I ran out. So when you're doing your design, this is what I would suggest. Is once you cut the height that you want and you're stitching this, when you get to this part of it, I would overlap it. So I'd stitch my row and I'd go all the way down to wherever I cut off. So wherever you cut it off, I would stitch the row. And then I do my next row, and then I do my next row, or my next row. So once you've measured it here, and you've cut this away, and then you've measured it here, and you've cut off your extra, which is right here, then I would count over 8. So that way you got 4 stitch squares on this side and 4 on this side. So I would do 8. Because that way it's a little bit stronger, and it will all run together because you're going to keep the row going on to the canvas. So I hope that makes sense. I did not make a design. Now, here's 2 ways you can do this. And I want you to learn to find objects in your house and make something with it without saying, I need a design. I don't know what kind of design I need. Because you're never going to get outside the box, and you're never going to, I don't know, get the creativity going. And that's what I want. I want to inspire you for creativity. I would show you my pill thing, but and you've seen before, you know, my colored pencil holder. You see what I'm saying? There's no pencil holder out there. There's no pattern out there. So how I work it out is I do the outer stitch, and then I figure out my pattern design from there. So I want you to learn to do those kind of things on your own. So here's what I would suggest. Okay, you know your toilet paper. You probably want to say 2. I would leave like 2 little squares on this side, maybe 3 or 4. And then I would do 2 or 3 on this side. Then I would start my design here. And if I got to about here, as long as the toilet paper fit in there, and I got to about right here with my design, I can cut off the extra. So it's better to go a little bigger, start your design from this side and work it to this way, and then when your pattern runs out and you've got your pattern, you just cut off the excess. And then that's when you roll it up, and then you've cut off the excess. Now let's say your design is smaller than the roll of toilet paper. Okay, so your design starts on the edge, but it ends about right here. That's okay. Because if you cut off the extra, then the toilet paper is only going to be partially covered. So maybe you want some of the toilet paper to stick out, and you don't want it to be tight, like, because you want to be able to get the toilet paper out. So it's going to be a little loosey in there. You know, it's going to have a little bit of, you know, looseness in there, you know, when it's in there. And so if you're going to hang it up, so this is what we're working on toward the hanging up thing. So I'm going to do stripes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a 2 space on this side, and then I'm going to put a 2 spaces on this side. So I'm going to probably go here. Now keep in mind, I'm only cutting it because once I get my design, I'm going to probably get rid of the rest. But I want to show you another idea of hanging it on the wall. So now I've cut it out. It's bigger than my toilet paper. So if it's hanging on the wall with a cute little design, so here's the wall. Let's say, here's my wall, and it's hanging on my wall, and I've got several rolls in a row, you know, then I could pull it out. I don't know if I'm making sense or if I'm just rambling, because it's an idea in my head, so I'm just trying to get it out. So I can either keep it big enough. Well, of course you're going to have space around it. So I can hold it. So I'm either going to make the design go all the way across, or I may make the design a little small little strip so you can still see the toilet paper. Maybe you don't want the toilet paper to get dusty, so you make it bigger than the toilet paper. But make sure there's room. So I've got my 3 pieces here. So this is the one I'm going to attach to my wall. This is the one I'm going to cut for my design. Well, once I figure out my design, which I really don't want to cut because I don't want to waste it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for you guys. Actually, I'll use this piece. That way I don't have to waste a good piece. Let's see how much bigger. I got it pretty much on the money. I'm getting pretty good at this eyeballing stuff, like where to cut. You have to learn to trust yourself. You know, if you always depend on a pattern, you're never going to get outside the box. So I want you to find anything. A thing of soup, a can of soup. You know, I turned a can of soup into what? A pen holder, pen and pencil holder, right? That way all the ink will leak in the bottom of the can, and then I can just eventually throw the can away, and I have this cute little awesome design for my pens. And when they leak in the bottom, which you know pens do, I can throw it away. So, you know, take objects. See, I can just push it out with my pens, put a new can in there, and start all over again. That's what I want you to do. I want you to think outside. So this is the part that's going to hang on the wall. So if you know that your toilet paper is going to go in the center, maybe you don't want this big old thing on the wall. You're like, oh, no, I'm not down for that. I don't want this big bulky thing on my wall. So maybe you scoot it over a little and you cut off the extra over here. So you'll say, okay, I want 2 on this side, 2 on this side, cut the extra. And you're not going to decorate this piece. But you're going to put your toilet paper on here like this, and then you're going to attach these like this. And see, it's the right height, and it gives the toilet paper room to wiggle inside. But I don't want it this width, I want it a little smaller width, of course. So if you want a smaller width, then once you create your little design here, you just cut off the extra. And then you just attach it to here. And then you hang it on the wall. So if you want 3, which these are really supersized toilet papers, you probably could get 3, but I don't think so. You're probably only going to get 2 out of it. And then you just cut off the excess at the bottom. So make sure you make a top. So up here, my top, I'm going to stitch a design, but I'm going to cut out a little square, a little tiny square, or I may not even cut anything out, and I may just use a thumbtack, 2 thumbtacks, or a nail. I may not cut anything out. So whatever the top of your little design you want it to be, then once you've done these, you attach it to it, and then you do the design at the bottom. So does that make sense? So there's my hanging. Where's the camera? There it is. So here's where it's hanging. Here's where I would attach it. So it's about the right size. So if I have a 5 and a 5 here, draw it with my marker, and I'll make a 5 by 5 border here. 5 little squares and 5 little squares. And then of course there'll be a little gap in the middle because you don't want them to touch. So there'll be a little gap in the middle here. Or you could have them connect and then just not do a design. Figure out where it's going to touch. So if I'm going to connect it about right here, then I'm going to draw a marker line here, and I'm going to design through here and then not here. And there may be no design here. It's just the plastic for the toilet paper to rest on for sliding in and out. And then there's nothing here because no design. So my design may start here and go all the way around. And then here and all the way around. And then it will connect with that. You can Google toilet paper design, toilet paper ideas. You can Google flower designs. Or you can just use basic squares. You know, you can even do this little basic design here, you know, for the toilet paper thing. So if this was on the wall and that was your toilet paper, and you had different rolls of toilet paper, that'd be cute, right? So I want you to think of your own. I want you to do your own. I'm going to make one, of course, with a simple design, but I want you to be creative. Think something different, you know, do something different. So that's 2 toilet paper ideas I've given you. And I'm going to work on both of them because I want to see what you came up with. So I do lost my train of thought. Diabetes brain, give me a minute. Oh, I do want you to go out and find objects that are out there. Because if you never ever go out there and look for ideas, you're never going to be creative. You're always going to be stuck in, I need a pattern, I need a design. Okay, let's say, like for me, example, I use a lot of scissors. So I can find me a can, a soup can, cut me a design, and then voila. Or maybe I want to do a scissors, you know, and I want them to stick out a little bit. So make a little scissor pocket. Then I can just put a little tack here and here on the wall and tack it up on the wall. Of course, it wouldn't be this deep because, you know, but this is because of what we got. Or you could do, if you want the scissors to stick out and you want to have a top part, then you would just cut it there. Of course, I wouldn't cut it. Oh, can you see me? I wouldn't cut this because then you have that stitch there. I would just leave it one loop. And then I would just cut off the extra. So let's say we want it to be, make a little scissors holder. And then we would cut this top part off, or even a little bit more. And then that way you can put a little thumbtack here and you can stick it on your wall. And then you have some emergency scissors over on the wall, by the front door, by the bathroom, and they look really cute, you know. Or let's say you have makeup brushes. I don't have makeup brushes, but I do have paint brushes. So let's say you have makeup brushes. You know, measure it. Say, okay, my makeup brush is here. Then you may want to put a little bit of a side on it to give it, make a little box style square. And then cut off the extra here, or leave it decorated. You may put your name or makeup. And then you just put a little thumbtack and stick it on the wall. So now you have a little thing for your makeup. And so you just make a little, and then figure out the width you want it. And then you cut it, and then you attach it. And then voila, you have a little pocket for your brushes. Or you have a little pocket for, or let's say you have lotion. You have lotion. Maybe you have 2 or 3 lotions. So you could make a pocket here, put your 2 or 3 lotions in here, and then you can just attach it to the wall here and a little thumbtack there. And then you just figure out the size, the width. It's got to be at least a little bit wider than that because one may be a little fatter than the other. So you just figure out your width that you want, snip it, and voila. So now you have some bathroom ideas. Now, like I said, they don't have a design. I don't have a design. I wanted to give you some little ideas on things that you could do, and then you come up with the pattern or the design. Now, I am going to make a design, but a theme or something. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to make sure that you try to come up with ideas for things in your house that you can that you can put in something, you know. You could even use something plastic like this because it already has a twist top and maybe you don't want to see what's in it. These are flavored, my husband's favorite, flavored jelly beans. So I've actually almost cut it to the right, I've cut it to the right height. So here you go. You make the design and then you can shove it up inside here, this little lip here, probably even put glue in there and glue it. And then now you have a cute little container. Oh, let me squeeze it so I can open it. And then I can just undo the lid and close the lid. So how cute is that? And then all you have to do is just overlap the design, slide it up inside it, glue it, and voila. You have a cute little canister. And these come 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. 2 or 4, I think it's 2 at the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. They're 2 for a couple dollars. I can't remember, but they weren't very expensive. And so now you can not only twist the lid off, but it's got this lip which you can put the canvas up underneath it, and it looks adorable. You could even put the word sugar on it, sugar, or your tea, or flour, and then you can see in the lid, so you'll see what's inside it. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go. I hope I've given you a couple little ideas that will inspire you to go out and find crazy random things that's in your house and do it yourself. Designs could be anything. Stick with stripes. You can never go wrong. Stick with the X pattern. You can never go wrong. Because once you get to the end, if you don't have enough to do another X, then you just cut that little piece off and it looks like you didn't make any mistakes or didn't do anything. But you got to make mistakes. You have to make mistakes and you have to learn. And that's what I want to inspire you to do, is to find objects in your house and turn them into works of art. That being said, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day, and thanks for being loyal. Thanks for being patient. If you haven't, I do have a subscription button. I also have, or should have, an applause button, which is a donation button. So if you liked this video or any video, you can always make a donation. Thumbs up are free. So if you really enjoy any video, a thumbs up lets me know that you like that. So down the road, I know to make more videos toward those different items. If you have a comment, or if you have an idea, suggestion, a tip, or if I forgot to say something and you're like, oh, wait, well, I'm thinking about it. You didn't mention this, so what do I do here? Leave your questions in the comment section below, always. You have a wonderfully blessed day, and thanks for watching.